Good morning, friends. Coming to you from southeastern Virginia, where it is a glorious fall day. Even with mowers going in the background across the street, I'm just out here just really enjoying the farm. So I have two things. One thing I really came on here to tell you about. Today's the last day to get our courses at their legacy price, but I have to tell you what happened here this morning. So Tucker asked to go out at 4:30 a.m., which is about 30 minutes earlier than we normally get up, right? I tried to ignore him. He was persistent, and I thought, okay, maybe you have a little emergency. So we came out, and he did, in fact, had to powder his nose. But I was standing over there on my back porch, and I looked over here at the garden, and there were about 10 faces looking back at me, and I had a whole pack of deer out here just moseying around. I then crossed my fingers that he wouldn't see them, because the big problem with deer for me, especially when the garden's at this stage, it's not so much that they eat stuff, but they walk all over my filmed beds and make holes, which leads to weeds growing in those holes, right? So I kind of decided I would just act like nothing and called him, come on, let's go in and have breakfast. But then he saw him. Y'all, it was like a cartoon here at 4:30. So our whole 3 acres is fenced in, right? Fenced for our dog, not to keep deer out. And it was like a cartoon watching Tucker chase this posse of deer in big circles, because the older deer, which we've kind of watched this happen over the years, the older deer really try to keep him occupied while the younger ones make the getaway, right? So anyway, by the time about the second time around the farm, Tucker's starting to poop out. You know, it's like he's dragging behind. And the last 2 deer, I mean, it's amazing to see how high those deer can jump. I mean, our fence is only 4 foot, so that does nothing to keep deer out, right? I bet you they were jumping 5 feet above that. They were, in full fleeting gear. Anyway, so we started off our day in a great wake up earlier kind of thing. But anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody today is the last day for all of our Flower Farm and School series courses at the legacy price. Tomorrow, November 18th, the prices are being increased $100, and that's based on the last year of all the improvements and enhancements and additional things that we've done in them. And so the really special one is the growing cut flower crops in hoops and greenhouses with Steve and Gretel. Y'all, if you are a flower farmer and you want to scale your business, extend your season, increase your cash flow, have access to information that is deep and wide for all the problems that you're going to face, whether it's soil management, pests, planning, what to grow, what's worth it to grow, this course does it for you. And you know that you buy our courses and you have them for life, right? So, but one of the bonuses, in addition to the legacy pricing on their course as well as mine and Dave's, with their course, if you purchase it by midnight tonight, they have put together, and once again, I haven't counted it, I'm going to say 10, but I think there's more like 12, these quick reference guides, things like Flats cheat sheet. This tells you at what spacing, how many plants you actually need, which may sound really simple, but this, you can't believe how often we get asked for that information. This is that cheat sheet. Favorite ranunculus and the suppliers, helpful growing tips on ranunculus. Now, there is deep dives on all this stuff inside the course, but this is like you're down and dirty, right? This is a good one. Post-frost plants, the stuff that they're harvesting after or right after for post-frost in an unheated greenhouse and in heated. Ranunculus stage to harvest, which I know is always a big topic. Favorite heirloom chrysanthemums, which is that's a really important crop for people growing in structures to finish up the season. Like for, I know that they're harvesting the last of those literally today for their next week deliveries. Then she has her favorite lilies. Her favorite 2024 dahlias. Y'all know, like I do, I don't grow dahlias, but that the varieties change all the time, right? I mean, there's those tried and true, but the favorites that they actually grow. And then top selling dahlias, along with the colors. Guide to growing Lysianthus. You know, Lysianthus is one of the driving crops on their farm that's led them to continue to add more houses, because Lysianthus is an incredibly important crop. And they go in depth. They go in depth on everything, y'all. I hope, yesterday I did a live on YouTube with Gretel, and I mean, it's just so impressive, excuse me, the depth of their experience and their wisdoms, because as she shared yesterday, I was talking to her about how they work with Ohio State and kind of how that happened, where they had mildew breakout in their stock years ago, and they got Ohio involved, and now Ohio State brings their students there, and it's like they have such great access to information. And if you're growing in structures, you got to have this class. So their guide of sourcing plugs, their favorite varieties, harvesting and selling, and then pests and diseases. And again, there is deep dives on all of this in the course, but these are your quick reference, because I'm going to be Dave Dowling for a minute. You cannot eat Thanksgiving dinner yet if you have not ordered your Lysianthus plugs. That is like the earmark for that, right? Her favorite, here you go, pre-chilled tulips. And they talk about how they succession plant them. Their favorite summer annuals, because they do grow in the field, about 20 acres also. And then favorite summer greenhouse crops, which means that you can make money doing it. So friends, I'm just here to say, tonight's the night. If you want to have a sneak peek into the course, just type in the comments, hoops, HOOPS, and I will DM you a link directly to one of their sessions. And you have lifetime unlimited access. We have a phone app that you can watch it, listen to them as podcasts to drill some of this information into you. And they take you from best location, things to consider, different types of houses, why you should be the one to take down the greenhouse when you buy a used one, so you'll know how to put it back up on your farm. I mean, y'all, they just cover everything. So the course is $595, and I am here to tell you that is a BB in the Astrodome over the money that this course will save you and then tenfold make you. We have a 7-day money-back guarantee with no questions asked. So if you get it and it's just not what you thought it was, you just email us within 7 days of your purchase and we'll refund you with no questions. But if you don't follow Sunny Meadows Flower Farm, you should. They show, Steve is so innovative. He takes equipment that's used for other things and like vegetable farming and makes it into flower farming useful stuff, like the way that they plant tulips now. And anyway, so all 3 of the flower farming school courses, mine the basics, Dave's the bulbs, perennials, and woodies, and Steve and Gretel's hoop growing cut flower crops in hoops and structures, are all available till midnight tonight for $595 each. Tomorrow there is a price increase, so that's the big push. And if you do Steve and Gretel's, you get this quick reference guide as well as the legacy pricing. So friends, I am super stoked. We're having our first in-person workshop here tomorrow on the farm. Actually, it starts up the road right at the end of my street, where we have a great tech setup at my church to do the morning of learning with PowerPoints. Then we eat lunch. We're walking down here to the farm. The cool flower garden looks great. There's only a couple of deer footprints in the film. And then we're wrapping it up by going to the brand new warehouse. Literally, we just moved in last week for a tour, shopping if they want, and just a wrap-up Q&A. So I'm super excited about that. And y'all, I just hope everybody has a great week and happy Thanksgiving. And just wake up and remember something. I heard this yesterday and it's already helped me so much. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Compare yourself to where you were a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago. that's how you see just how much you've grown and developed and how you are doing things right. If you are not making mistakes, you are not reaching outside of your box. Mistakes are required, right? So, friends, we appreciate you. You'll find the course. Remember, type hoops in the comments and I'll DM you a sneak peek into the course. Hoops is HOOPS, and we will send you that link. And friends, you cannot go wrong with growing cut flower crops in hoops and structures with Steve and Gretel. They're experts, and it's for beginners right up to the seasoned grower, because they have an entire class, which is hours of little teeny sessions on pest and disease and soil management, which is what starts happening after you've been doing it for a couple of years. All right, friends, till we meet again. Ciao.